What's up guys, Tommy Streams here, and thanks for joining us again for another Minecraft stream. Alright guys, so I am back in the same world we did last week on the show, and I want to build a maze this week, and I think it might be cool if we just drop it right back behind the church, so it's like a maze out back the church. I think that might be kind of cool, and what I want to do is I want to use something a little different than what I used last time in this build. I think that I want to use some different kinds of blocks to build this, because I think that what we used before was cool for the church, but I think for this we want something different. I think I'm actually going to build this big emerald maze. It's going to be all out of emerald, and the entrance I'm going to put right here. The reason I'm doing this today is I'm thinking about going on an adventure, and I think adventures are a lot of fun, and I think a lot of great adventures that I've been on, at least, have happened inside mazes. Like, I love going on corn mazes and different things like that, because you never really know what's gonna happen. Like, every time you go through a corn maze, every twist and turn, you don't know exactly how to get through the maze or out the other end. And so that's what I'm doing today. I'm building out a maze with all these twists and turns and different paths that you can go down, because I want to kind of give people that feeling of what it's like to go in like a corn maze in real life, or something like that, like any other different kind of maze. So I'm building it, and what I'm doing is I'm just building this main level first, and as we go, I'll add in the upper levels as we continue on. But I think for right now, I'm just going to build this bottom level and then extend the walls as we go out, so that way it makes some sense that way. But this is what I'm doing for the maze right now. And I think what would be best is if we go into some hyperspeed, so I can get this started, and then as we make some more progress, we'll come back and see where we get with this maze. So why don't you guys watch this hyperloop, see where we go, and then I'll be back in just a second. So I just finished the basic layout of the maze. This is kind of the basic concept I want to go with. So not a huge maze, not super complicated, but there's still some dead ends and different routes you could end up going. So you'll obviously start here by the church and you'll end over here. I might do like a fun little exit right there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start adding in the upper walls, so that way you can't see over every end of the maze. I want to make this to where as you're doing the maze, you don't want to be able to see over the walls, because then that kind of ruins doing a maze, because if you see over, that doesn't help at all. So while I do this though, I want you to start thinking, what is the point of building a maze? Like going on an adventure, going through a maze, what in life is kind of like that? Like, have you ever gone on a big adventure? Have you ever gone through a big maze like this? Or maybe has life ever felt like you were in a maze? Maybe you haven't gone in a maze like this in a long time, or maybe you've never been in a maze like this before. But I'm sure there's been times in life where it's kind of felt like you were going through a maze, you know, like where things are just really hard, you don't really know where you're going, there's twists, there's turns, there's things that are confusing and hard to find your way. When has your life ever felt like that? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what to do next, I don't know if I should turn left here or turn right here, I don't know if I should do this or say do that or say that. Has your life ever felt like that? So think about that as I add in these walls to finish off our maze today. I want to show you just a little bit around it. I got my nice golden entryway. I'm gonna get in here. You really have no idea where you're going. Everywhere you go, there's twists and turns, there's confusion, there's who knows what way I am supposed to go. It is hard to find your way around this maze. And man, you know what? Life is a lot like this. Going through mazes, going through on an adventure, you don't know which way you're supposed to go. Any direction could be right. There's all sorts of choices, all sorts of decisions to make, and you have to just keep trying to find the right way. And sometimes you're gonna make a mistake, sometimes you're gonna go the wrong way. But here's the thing, here's what we know. We are never on this journey alone, because we always have God right there with us to go on the journey with us. And so as you go through the journey, you can know that as you're facing all the twists and turns going through the adventure, eventually you'll find your way through the maze to where God has you to go. Because life can sometimes be like a maze. And even though there's different trials and different routes you can take, God is leading you on a certain direction, and He's right there with you. No matter how hard it might seem, no matter how scary times might be, God is with you through the whole maze. And eventually, you'll make it all the way through the end, just like I just did in this maze going through it. You can kind of look out here, see the whole maze just completed. I call this the Champions deck. It's got the gold floor. It's really exciting to make it all the way up here. But hey, that is my maze today. Check it out. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it. How many churches have you seen before that just have a giant maze out back? Pretty cool church, if you ask me. And it is a cool maze, all gold and emerald. Pretty proud of that. So hey, if you liked this video today, make sure you hit that thumbs up icon and subscribe. Share it with all of your friends. And I also love, if you have an idea for a maze and you want to make one in Minecraft, go ahead and make that, share it with me online. You could also draw out a maze or build a maze with Legos, whatever you can do, whatever you like to do, build out a maze. I'd love to see what you guys make. I really, really love seeing your guys' creations. But hey, thanks so much for tuning in today to Tommy Streams.